The Golden Gates of Kiev was the main gate in the 11th century fortifications of Kiev, the capital of Kievan Rus. It was named in imitation of the Golden Gate of Constantinople. The structure was dismantled in the Middle Ages, leaving few vestiges of its existence. It was completely rebuilt by the Soviet authorities in 1982, though no images of the original gates have survived. This decision has been immensely controversial, since there are many competing reconstructions of what the medieval gate-in might have looked like. The rebuilt structure on the corner of Volodymyr Street and Yaroslav Street contains a branch of the national sanctuary, Sophia of Kiev Museum. The name Zernoty Vorota is also used for a nearby theatre and a station of the Kiev Metro. History. Modern history accepts this gateway as one of three constructed by Yaroslav the Wise. The Golden Gates were built in 1017 to 1024 at about the same time the St. Sophia Cathedral was erected, while some believe that the gates stood some time before that, as depicted, for example, in a painting by Jan Matejko that portrays King Boleslaw of Poland and Svitopolk I entering the city during the Kiev succession crisis in 1018. This is now regarded as legend. Originally named simply the Southern Gate, it was one of the three main entrances to the walled city, along with the Lyadsky and Zydovsky gates. The latter two have not survived. The stone fortifications stretched for only 3.5 kilometers. The fortification of the upper city stretched from the southern gates down to what is now Independence Square and where the Lekitic Gate was located. Further, the moat followed what is now Kostyul Street, skirting St. Michael's Monastery and continuing along today's Zhytomyr Street toward the Jewish gates. Further, the fortification stretched what is now Yaroslav Street back to the southern gate. Later the southern gate became known as the Great Gate of Kiev. After the Blahovus Church was built next to the gates, its golden domes became a prominent landmark easily visible from outside the city. Since then, the gateway has been referred to as the Golden Gate of Kiev. The gate's passageway was about 40 feet high and 20 feet wide. For almost half a millennium, it served as the city's triumphal arch, a prominent symbol of Kiev. It was reputedly modeled on the Golden Gate of Constantinople. Later, a similar name was given to the gates of Vladimir City, where one of the monarch's descendants, Andrei I Bogolyubsky, established his own state, the Grand Duchy of Vladimir. In 1240 it was partially destroyed by Batu Khan's Golden Horde. It remained as a gate to the city through the 18th century, although it gradually fell into ruins. In 1832 Metropolitan Eugenius had the ruins excavated and an initial survey for the conservation was undertaken. Further works in the 1970s added an adjacent pavilion housing a museum of the gate. In the museum, visitors can learn about the history of construction of the Golden Gate as well as ancient Kiev. In 1982, the gate was completely reconstructed for the 1500th anniversary of Kiev, although there is no solid evidence as to what the original gates looked like. Some art historians called for this reconstruction to be demolished and for the ruins of the original gate to be exposed to public view. In 1989, with the expansion of the Kiev Metro, Zernoty Vorota station was opened nearby to the landmark. What makes it unique is that its architectural ensemble is very much based on the internal decorations of ancient Ruthenian churches. In 1997, a monument to Yaroslav the Wise was unveiled near the west end face of the Golden Gate. It is an enlarged bronze copy of an experimental figuring by Kavalerydze. The square near the Golden Gate. The square was created in the second half of the 19th century around the Golden Gate. Botanical Natural Monument was created by the decision of the KYIV Executive Committee 363, the 20th of March 1972.